All right, guys, let's mix it up. This is the 11th why. This is very personal to me as an individual. This is going to be much more rambly than the others were. And this does not reflect anybody else, but these are my bets on the past, present, and future. And the reason I, as an individual, choose to make liberating structures my primary tooling to navigate the world and move into the future. So, what do I see that's fucked? I mean, I'm going to say this with a caveat. Everything that I'm about to say in this instance, there is absolutely going to be someone that's going to pop up out of the woodwork at some point in my life and go, yeah, but he didn't do that then. And they're absolutely right. Nothing human is strange to me. I have made every mistake that I have written down here, and with luck, I'll have time to make even more. Um, so, with that caveat out of the way, the things that are super fucked that I see that I want to figure out a way to deal with um, is, the cult of conventional wisdom, right? Just the assumptions that go along with it, and the whole metaphysical ontological perspective about what is true and what is the world actually. um, and just the tendency of reductionism, right, of simplifying into the mechanistic, that just like becomes such a worldview that ultimately is not even seen as unquestioned dogma. What do I see that I want to make progress around that just grinds my gears? Extraction, right? Exclusion, exploitation, abuse of power. The sensation I have of feeling atomized and isolated and lonely, right? And just the sense of being powerless and overwhelmed against a big bad world out there. This Cartesian fucking dualism, this separation that my mind is somehow separate than my body, my spirit is somehow separate than my ness. Um, I can't even. So that sucks, right? So instead, I believe in the regenerative potential of shared thinking. Um, I believe in the possibility of self-organizing collective intelligence. Ultimately, what this comes down to is I think individuals are stuffed. I think groups have a chance of surviving, and I think the groups that can distribute cognition and share thinking have the best chance of doing the best. And by doing the best, I mean have the ability to literally save the planet by regenerating the commons and nature and lots of stuff. But that's the essence of it, right? That's my bet for the future, and to enable these self-organizing collective intelligences and do all of this stuff, right? Um, we must effectively network human brains together, right? Through language, through culture. You know, the classic brain machine interface before it was cool, or human to human interface. Um, we absolutely must this consolation, right? We must surface the inner dynamics of the human experience and check in the group context if there's anybody else who recognizes that experience and attend to the folks that are having that experience. Um, we must have clarity around context, purpose, goal, who we need to participate in order to move towards that purpose and goal, and of course, especially how are we going to interact? How are we going to get interaction from these people in order to get us there in this setting? Um, uh, I have an absolute must in making use of the evolutionary mechanics for human culture towards this goal of human to human interaction. Variation, selection, retention. Looks like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. Running with what sticks and letting what falls, man. Drop that stuff like it's hot. And more than anything else, what we absolutely must do to get to this regenerative space of the future is practice. Practice, practice. Practice squatting, practice teaming, practice humming, practice, practice. Nobody's going to get this stuff right the first time out of the gate. We are all in the process of discovering. So practice the skill set of sharing thinking, networking brains together. Those that practice are by definition in groups. Groups survive. The best practiced and skilled groups thrive. And those that can host this networking of human brains, this shared thinking, it's my belief that they have admin rights to the future. Like, they will be the writers that with read-write access that can consciously evolve human culture and civilization. Man, this is a hot take. All right, so if you want to regenerate the world, survive the churn, influence the course of Homo Deus, then liberating structures offer me ways to do that together, right? Um, I deeply believe in the possibility of liberating structures. I mean, I work as an agile coach and scrum master. These are compositions of tools to deal with the complexity, and I see those screw up in contexts all the time. Far more often, actually, than I've seen, yeah, they've got this thing figured out. They're nailing it. And I have much more optimism in the surprising power of liberating structures than I do in all of the agile methodologies across the world. Agile is much more far reaching and widely applied than liberating structures. But I would trust Darth Vader with liberating structures. And this is a bit flippant, but this is a test that I'm really interested in actually. Like, to what extent would it be possible to arm a psychopath with liberating structures and and not create actually this regenerative context? I don't know, even if I was hell-bent on manipulating everyone by my choice of structures and way in which we go about having conversations, by definition, including and unleashing everybody in those would just, I mean, it would be better than Scrum. Yeah, I said it. Shit, that's on the record. So I have way more optimism I have more faith in Darth Vader with liberating structures than I do in the Scrum Police. Um, that's just how it is. Um, what else do I have to add to this? Yeah. So, in terms of this regenerative future and this possibility for the world, I am of the distinct opinion that teaching liberating structures is the type of job that can heal the future, that can heal the world, that can regenerate the world. Um, they are powerful tools for shared thinking, which the world desperately needs, and teaching people to use them genuinely improves their lives and improves the outcomes that people are able to achieve together. So, I mean, it's my personal goal. I want to figure out a way to not just earn my living teaching people how to make use and practice liberating structures, but also to enable like at least 1 billion other people to make their living teaching other people how to make use of and practice liberating structures, like planet galactic scale liberating structures. I would love to see a future in which liberating structure, the notion liberating structures doesn't even exist because we just call it communication. So that's my hot take. My name is Jeremy Akers, Jeremy Nathaniel Akers. Um, if this sounds cogent, if you hear it and you like it and go, yeah, I'm on about that, hit me up. Let's collaborate together. I would love to help import the knowledge I have about using liberating structures for complex multi stakeholder collaboration and navigating the world in whatever context you're in. And if it seems totally unhinged and impossible to follow, my bad, hot take, it's late. Thanks so much for your time, attention, and energy, and don't stop believing.